Module 4, Lesson 10's objective is to use math drawings to represent the composition when adding a 2-digit to a 3-digit addend. On this paper, it says, Jamie started to solve this problem when she accidentally dropped paint on her sheet. Can you figure out what problem she was given and her answer from her work? In order to determine the problem that was given, I should go ahead and look at the place value chart and chips that are drawn. Just like in the past, I have mentioned that I like to draw a line in between the two addends to separate them in the picture. Now I'll look at the drawing. I can see that there is one group of 100, 5 groups of 10, and 8 ones in the first addend. In the second addend, I can see that there are 3 10s and 4 ones. So the algorithm that Jamie was trying to solve had to have been 158 plus 34. Now, let's take a look at the place value chart. I can see that there are 10 ones that have been circled or bundled and moved to the tens column. After they were moved to the tens column, a blue dot was drawn there to indicate that that's an additional group of 10. I will go ahead and draw my equals line with a different color. Now I will add. Looking at the illustration, I can see that there are only 2 ones left that haven't been bundled. In the tens column, I see 5 10s plus the 1 blue 10, that makes 6 10s, plus the additional 3 10s, that makes 9 10s. And in the hundreds column, I just only see one group of 100. So using the place value chart and the chips, I see that the sum is 192. Now let's use the algorithm method. 158 plus 34. When writing your algorithm, make sure that you line up the ones column, otherwise you won't get the right answer. 8 plus 4 is 12. There are 2 ones in the number 12, and there's 1 10 in the number 12. 5 10s plus 3 10s is 8 10s, plus 1 more 10 is 9 10s. 1 group of 100 plus nothing is 1. So using the algorithm method, I see that the sum is also 192. Now let's move on. The next set of directions say solve by drawing chips on a place value chart and bundling when needed. Item 2A. In the morning, Mateo borrowed 4 bundles of 10 markers and 17 loose markers from the art teacher. How many markers did Mateo borrow? I'm going to underline the important information. First, the important information says that we need to draw chips on a place value chart. Those are directions we must follow. In 2A, it says that he borrowed 4 bundles of 10 markers and 17 loose markers. Now I will highlight the question. How many markers did Mateo borrow? You can highlight with a highlighter or a yellow crayon, or just circle the question. This helps you to remember to solve the problem and answer the question. Okay, now it's time to draw the place value chart, just like we're told to do in the directions. I'll label it ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, the first addend that I will draw in the place value chart is the 4 bundles of 10 markers. Since they're already bundled, I'll put them in the tens column. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like on the problem above, I'm going to draw a line to separate my addends. Now the next thing it says is that there were 17 loose markers. Loose means they're not bundled up. So I'm going to put all 17 in the ones column. When I'm drawing them though, I'm going to make sure that there are only 5 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, now I'm going to draw my equals line using a different color. Now I will add them together to figure out how many markers Mateo borrowed. As I look at the ones column, I see that they really need to be bundled up. So this right here is a group of 10. I will move those over to the tens place because it's easier to count by tens than by ones. There are no other ones that need to be bundled up because they don't make 10. So now let's look. How many ones are not bundled up? I see 7. And for the tens, I see 4 tens plus the 1 red 10. That makes 5 tens. And I see no groups of 100. So the directions say to solve by drawing chips on a place value chart and bundling them. So I've done that. But I think I'll go a step further and do more than what I'm asked to do, just to make sure that I got the answer right. I'll write 40 for the 4 bundles of 10 markers and 17 for the loose markers. And then I'll add them. 0 plus 7 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. So now I look at my picture, the answer is 57, and I look at my algorithm, the answer is 57. How many markers did Mateo borrow? Mateo borrowed 57 markers. It's always important to read, draw, write. Don't forget to answer the question in a word form using a sentence. Now you solve item 2B using the same strategies I used in 2A. Don't forget, underline the important details, highlight the question, follow the directions by drawing the place value chart with chips. You might want to even use an algorithm to check your work, and then answer the question in a sentence.